What is good, Cardano fam, ADA gang? We have lots of exciting updates to unpack today and some spicy drama. So hit that subscribe, hit that like. Cardano ADA surpasses 97 million transactions with zero downtime, getting closer to that 100 million mark. Altcoin season is soon, in my opinion. Cardano has real community, real network effect. Bitcoin global search is low at 18% compared to May of 2021 across the world on Google. And Bitcoin dominance is very high, 58.3%. And we know that both all-time highs for Cardano, we had it much lower for dominance, around that 38-40% mark. So just some interesting info to share. So the drama. Solana Co-Founder Anatoly Yakovenko responds to Stake with Pride, says Edward Snowden is centralized. Ironically, only accounts Anatoly follows or mentions can reply. So take from that what you will. And if you didn't know, of course, Edward Snowden, Token 2049, he was talking about his concerns with privacy in terms of blockchain, and he voiced his concerns with Solana being quote unquote centralized. Now the Solana co-founder responds with this: Snowden is centralized, to Stake with Pride's tweet. What do you guys think about this? I mean, it's kind of like cheeky comedy, but I would have liked to see like an objective, informed response saying no because of XYZ. This kind of seems a little childish. It is what it is. I do hope genuinely that Solana does well, and I hope that the inflated numbers and all that jazz, that they can do some PR and some damage control. I don't think statements like this are in the best interest of Solana, but maybe I'm wrong. What do you guys think? And speaking of, I highly recommend that you guys check out DB Crypto's latest video. I checked it out last night. It's a fantastic video just looking at data and facts on kind of these inflated wallets, these wallets that have zero balance. Because if you're holding Solana, I have some, it's chump change. It's important to know about these things. But again, I want to reiterate that they've done a lot of good stuff with design and pumped off fun and all that jazz, the phone. I do hope the best for Solana, and I do hope that there aren't negative consequences that cascade to the rest of the altcoin industry. Nice to see a GM from Magic Eden. GM to all Cardano holders. Thank you, Magic Eden. And speaking of, FluidTokens. These guys with Fluid, they've been doing incredible stuff with Cardano, but also we saw with Runes, with Bitcoin, all that jazz. And Magic Eden wallet has been integrated on FluidTokens. Lend and swap directly with ME Wallet. Well done. And just another reminder, and this is why I like efforts like this, because efforts like this with what they've done with Bitcoin helps to move and flow money from one network to another. Bitcoin, Cardano, and then some. And of course, here it says, welcome to FluidTokens V3. FluidTokens is now multi-network, switch between Bitcoin and Cardano networks seamlessly and explore DeFi on both the networks like never before, with lending, borrowing, swaps, rentals, and more. So I won't do them an injustice with the rest of the incredible technology they have, but I just wanted that small reminder that, guys, like these guys are doing incredible jobs to bring capital and bring kind of thought share from Bitcoin and many other networks to Cardano, to and from. So we're going to continue to watch their updates. Well done. ADA volume. Did you know that most of the volume for ADA trading is on Binance? Yes. TapTool says 50%, 53% of all of ADA's daily trading is on Binance. I can't say I'm surprised. I think that Binance has been doing a great job. I was always a big fan of CZ in terms of user acquisition, moving quickly, listing all the projects. And now they have changed their strategy, as Richard, the new CEO, has highlighted, with compliance. So it's great that Binance is leading with compliance, Ripple is leading with compliance, Cardano is also at the helm with compliance, decentralization, and I think we're going to have a very bright future. And speaking of Binance, it's great that Binance is a sponsor for the Cardano Summit in Dubai, I believe. And who knows, maybe the CEO having a fireside chat with Cardano Foundation CEO, maybe we'll see a bunch of CNTs. Maybe they will list the Snek once and for all. Let me know. Speaking of Fluid, so you are telling me that Midnight token is going to be a Cardano native token and probably is going to be listed on, you know it. Will this open the doors to CNT's listing? Is this that time that we are actually early? Think about it. Richard, We have the Binance CEO meeting with the Cardano Foundation CEO. We have Midnight Network around the corner. We have these conversations with HTX. We have a lot of capital funds taking a look at Cardano. Maybe we're going to have a surge of listings on Binance because with compliance as the main narrative, there's a lot of interest aligning finally with all the big chads. So could be that time where we have that final squeeze. And as we saw yesterday with SEC appealing Ripple again, I don't think they'll be successful. I think Ripple will do great. And shout out to Brad Garlinghouse, Stuart Alderoti, David Schwartz, the whole team there. I think this is the final squeeze, if you will, the final squeeze before altcoin season comes right in. Shout out to Tokeo Wallet for the custom Snek theme. I gotta say, Snek is always doing an incredible job with the branding, the graphics, the tweets, and efforts like this, even though they're small, minor, they're huge and they add a lot of positive emotions to users. It helps with UX, UI, perceived trust. So big shout out to Snek and Tokyo Pay for doing these interesting collaborations. Why not? Someone just swapped 250k ADA to USDM and they missed out on an extra 2,000 USDM by not using DexHunter. And again, it's another proof that aggregators are important, whether it's Web3 with DexHunter finding the best deals, the best routing, or it's Web2 with travel, like the Kayaks, the Expedia, the Google, the Bing. Aggregators will play an important role, especially with blockchain, to save you time and money. So it's always a good idea to use an aggregator like DexHunter to at least see if you're getting and missing out on some extra deals. Speaking of Sundae Labs, they dropped an excellent monthly report. Last month, the Sundae protocol generated a total of over 61,000 ADA in revenue, and we have successfully completed a withdrawal and distribution. As always, we're committed to transparency. Here's a detailed breakdown of the revenue and how it's allocated. Note, in September, the DAO increased the Sundae protocol fees to 1.28 ADA to accommodate the higher fees introduced from the Chang hard fork. We won't bore you with the exact micro details, but this is a fantastic infographic wrapping it up. 61,051 ADA total protocol revenue, 9,000 over 9,000. I like that, over 9,000. Good numbers here. Over 9,000, over 9,000, over 9,000. It's all over 9,000. To Sundae token holders, over 9,000 to purchase USDM, over 9,000 to Sundae Labs, and over 26,000 to Scoobers. And again, shows us that, this is monthly. And this is great because they are generating revenue. Yes, the projects on Cardano can generate revenue, whether it's Dedium or Sundae or everything in between. Wanchain bridge has zero slippage. Did you know that? Saving you 0.5 to 3% on every cross-chain transfer. And though it may seem small, when you start to add it up or do big transfers, it's a lot. I remember when I was using PancakeSwap in the early days, I enjoyed it a lot because I could really push the slippage so low. And so I enjoy these efforts to save you some extra cash. Have total clarity before you hit send on the exact amount you'll receive, the fee, the time it will take. Very good. They're always doing an excellent job with their communication and their graphics. Wanchain bridge has zero slippage. Save 0.5 to 3% on every cross-chain transaction. And as we've seen, they have so many Cardano routes. Very exciting to see how they're going to play a pivotal role with blockchain interoperability. So guys, strap up for this one. It's a longer read, not too long, but there's 10 parts to this article by Xerberus. Xerberus Partnerchain incoming. Yes, you heard that right. Xerberus is doing their blockchain starting with Cardano, some multi-chain action. And as we know, Xerberus is a leader in security and kind of democratizing security for all of cryptocurrency. Xerberus, the risk and asset management blockchain. You might have noticed that we've recently updated our bio on X, and you might be understandably confused. Why is Xerberus, known for delivering on-chain investigations, now talking about becoming a blockchain and releasing a token? Let us clarify. The vision behind Xerberus. Xerberus was founded with a singular vision to make crypto safer than traditional banking without relying on government regulations. For the past 2.5 years, we have worked tirelessly on this mission with the support of the Cardano community through Project Catalyst and contributions from a small group of selected seed investors. We've been able to design and largely build a way to realize this vision. But let's begin by fully understanding the problem we aim to solve before jumping into the solution. So the problem, an unsafe crypto ecosystem. Today, millions of assets are minted by thousands of anonymous wallets. The rise of AI tools have made it increasingly easy for bad actors to create professional-looking projects quickly. Driven by the prospect of rapid profit, opportunistic players enter the market with one goal: extract liquidity from the community. Does that sound familiar? The founders of Xerberus, those you've often seen in our live stream, were part of the Cardano community long before joining Xerberus. They were inspired to build this project because they, like many of you, detest the exploitative tactics used by those who prey on individuals genuinely seeking to be a part of the decentralized revolution. That's part of why I joined Cardano, that the views and the mission statement and the thought process of Charles and many others align with mine. And I want to, obviously, we want to see our bags pump, but what about ethics? What about integrity? And I really enjoy the Cardano ecosystem, personally speaking. The shift, fighting exploitation and pessimism. In recent times, we've seen widespread cynicism surrounding crypto. Many are tired of idealism and believe the future lies in abandoning decentralization in favor of open finance controlled by governments. Xerberus stands as an antidote to both this pessimism and the exploitation of the community, as well as to the cries for strict regulation. Our foundation, 3 core principles. When thinking about a way to solve this problem, we adhere to 3 core principles that defend the boundaries of our design. Decentralization. The solution must be decentralized to protect against manipulation, censorship, and ensure neutrality. On-chain data only. We use only on-chain data inputs, as any off-chain data would threaten our commitment to true decentralization. Economic sustainability. The solution must be economically sustainable, creating a virtuous cycle of expansion. And what Xerberus does for you. Tokens. Fighting community exploitation. To combat the exploitation of the community, we need a straightforward and open system for evaluating tokens. We achieve this through our risk rating framework, which allows anyone to understand the risk associated with any given token. Wallets, protecting users from bad actors. To shield users from malicious actors, we've developed an open platform that collects information on bad actors and tracks their money flows. This is important because triangulation and building patterns and heuristics can tell us a lot over time. So they're doing a great job with that. We present this information through our fraud reports siren, ensuring the community can isolate and avoid these entities. Liquidity, creating a virtuous cycle. To foster growth, we make our information actionable, channeling liquidity to builders genuinely contributing to the ecosystem instead of predatory token designs. We're about to launch this in the form of our index vaults, which some of you have already seen tested through the Matera protocol testnet. Connecting the dots, the Xerberus blockchain. We've assembled the components of our solution, and the Cardano Partnerchain framework is the cornerstone. It's excellent to see that. Fusing them together into a stable protocol, allowing us to work across blockchain ecosystems and distribute benefits to our community in the form of CFTs. So how does the blockchain work? So we're at part 7 of 10, we're almost done. To meet the principles we set out at the beginning, we need to build a network of validators. Each validator computes a shard of the risk model to rank tokens across Cardano, Polygon, Ethereum, and soon Solana. These risk ratings are stored as proofs on the Xerberus blockchain, accessible to everyone directly from the blockchain. We use the same validators to complete our fraud reports, ensuring both transparency and accuracy. The flagged wallets are stored in a decentralized database powered by Polygon, enabling others to contribute to and use the dataset effectively. That's lovely to use IAG. For our index vaults, we deploy oracles that allow smart contracts on other blockchains to utilize these risk ratings, eliminating the need for centralized intermediaries. The network effect of validators ensures that no single player can influence the risk ratings for their personal gain. The network is by design open source to ensure transparency. The architecture ensures 100% uptime, so other applications can build upon it. So why does Xerberus need a token? Inspired by ADA, one of the most elegant token designs in the space, Xerberus employs a similar mechanism. The Xerberus token is used to secure the network. Xerberus operates as a proof-of-stake blockchain, where tokens are staked to validators, securing the accuracy of risk computations. The Latin phrase, can't pronounce that, who will guard the guards, perfectly captures the purpose of our token. If Xerberus is the guardian of crypto investors, who ensures Xerberus itself acts responsibly? The token holders do, by selecting trustworthy validators to participate in the risk rating consensus. Makes sense. Fees generated by the blockchain through its risk oracle and index vaults will be given to the token holders to protect the network. One more thing, additional use cases. Designing Xerberus has enabled additional use cases within DeFi. Our risk data is foundational for many new opportunities, including lending protocols. Our ratings help set more accurate collateral requirements, even allowing assets to be under-collateralized for periods if their recovery prospects are high. Leverage pricing. Risk ratings improve pricing efficiency for leverage protocols, enabling more precise margin management. Options pricing. Knowing the default probability of an asset helps inform options contracts, making volatility predictions more accurate. Xerberus is evolving and expanding. We are a deeply rooted member of the Cardano community, a Catalyst Fund recipient, and an Intersect member. We have helped to clarify questions and ease tensions within the community multiple times. I've definitely seen that for many, many months. Now, as we approach our final form, we are expanding. Among other things, we have received grants from Polygon to serve their ecosystem with our services. Interesting. That's very good. Congratulations, Xerberus. Why is this cross-chain service approach significant for you? Because the Xerberus token will be the only token that generates cross-chain yield for a Cardano token. So we're talking cross-chain yield. We're talking multiple networks participating. We're talking about risk ratings and security that benefit multiple networks. We're talking about Cardano Partnerchain. Even this Cardano Chad getting grants from Polygon. What's there not to like about this, guys? We can see how a lot of networks are going to bring capital and eyeballs to Cardano. So this is fantastic. Really looking forward to them launching this, and I think it makes sense. Because this will allow them to delegate their universal utility to more than just Cardano, but by doing that, they'll actually bring even more to Cardano. So well done. Fantastic. Before we wrap up, guys, just a couple of reminders. This is just a reminder, says Charles, that Prism became Hyperledger Identus about 10 months ago. It's an Apache 2 open source framework for identity applications. IO Engineering maintains the core team alongside community contributions, and products like Midnight, RealFi, and Lace will use the framework for their identity needs. This is a common practice in the open core world and how SSI should work. Identity should not be the product. That makes you the product. Identity should improve the experience of other products. So, of course, there was some drama about closing down and making some of the teams smaller. And so this is a reminder in response to that to provide some more clarity, and it's much appreciated. And at the end of the day, business is business. Teams will shrink, things will change. That's just business. It's just the reality of it. It's not personal. Before we look at price, guys, EMURGO. Curious about RWA's real-world asset tokenization? Learn how Anzens USDA is effectively tokenizing the dollar with EMURGO's tokenization technology. They're running a masterclass, and this looks fantastic because as we saw recently, USDA, Anzens teamed up with BitGo, a massive titan leader in the space, exploring dollar tokenization with EMURGO and Anzens. So masterclass, looking really good. If you guys are in the area, this may interest you. Everything's always linked in the video description. So guys, what did we say when we were at 40 cents? We said that we're not out of downside volatility. And lo and behold, here we are. 338. I say send it lower. Let me get some Black Friday specials. Let me get that, let me get that 29 cent. Sell those bags. Let me get that 29 cent, that 28 cent. Let me get that local floor. Because when you look at everything, right, when we especially look at this, we know altcoin season is not here, guys. And trolls are too lazy to look at BTCD on TradingView, Google Trends showing these search results, the on the fencers, the speculation, the off-chain analytics that lead to, eventually, price bump. when you think about what happened with the SEC, right, appealing the Judge Torres decision, it's evident that we're doing that final squeeze. And we might go a little bit lower, but I think we're basically near the bottom. If I can get closer to that bottom floor of 24-25 cent, that would be lovely. But this is definitely even a buying window time for me. Right now, I'm kind of liquidating some US stables, positioning myself to get ready to purchase some more ADA. When I do purchase more ADA, I will tell you guys, I'll let you guys know what price that I bought ADA at. But this is definitely, in my books, like a buying window. Local floor from like 24 cent to like 36, 37 cent. I think that they're a fantastic price. And given everything around the corner and the statistics that we've seen, I think that altcoin season is coming, but it's not as soon as people think. And we've been saying that it's going to have downside volatility, and here we are. So what do you guys think? I think that the bottom could basically be in. I don't think it's rock bottom, but more or less the bottom is in. We might push down a little bit lower, 29 cents, 28 cents. It really depends on narrative and how much fear is going to be in the market. I think the SEC played a big role in putting more fear as well. Kind of interesting that they would wait all that time to do it now. But guys, I think that when we look at the months ahead, Bitcoin global search low, BTC dominance high, and all the bustling ecosystem that we have for Cardano right now, there's a lot of people on the fence waiting to invest when the price starts running up. So it's just a Warren Buffett strategy at the end of the day. When the prices are low, there's always going to be opportunities. It's not financial advice, but if it starts to get close to that 30 cents, I'm probably just going to be scooping up some more. I'll let you guys know. Now, in the grand scheme of things, I think that Q1, Q2 is when Cardano ADA will start to run up, and that will kind of basically be altcoins as a whole. And I think that will easily surpass that $5 to $7. I don't even think passing $3 is going to be tough, because right where my cursor was right on the cusp where like SundaeSwap was coming out. We had smart contracts. We had that one transaction per block FUD. We had all different types of bizarre FUD. So FUD will always change. I don't think we've seen maximum FUD yet. And when people lose all hope is when we've hit that final capitulating before we start sending it. People lose all hope when it's kind of like in these areas here, and then we start sending it. So when I say Altseason starts running Q1, Q2, I'm talking about like this beginning of that run, that cadence that we'll get. So I think Cardano ADA has a bright future. It has strong fundamentals, safe, secure. It's got the narrative, it's got the team, it's got the network effects, it's got the community. Brad Garlinghouse even expects a US-centric ETF. We've joined Ripple and XRP Labs in the DREC Alliance as final founding members. Charles has spoken highly of David Schwartz, the CTO of Ripple. It's evident that Cardano and many other high-quality altcoins will do incredible this season, but the noobs on Twitter don't even understand any of this that we've just mentioned to you. They just get caught up in this. They just get caught up in 5-minute charts and 24-hour charts. So at the end of the day, ask yourself why. You need to have strong roots in the projects that you have. To me, Cardano and XRP are my top altcoin picks, and I think that we're going to go berserk when altcoin season comes. I think at least Q1, Q2 2025, at least. But let me know, what is your timing for Cardano ADA? What do you think about the price point? And what are you most excited about? I think the most exciting thing is definitely to see Xerberus. I'm really excited to see Xerberus do their token and their blockchain. And my final question is, what do you think about this response by Anatoly, the co-founder of Solana? Like, is it childish? Is it fine? Like, I don't know. It is what it is. But guys, hit that subscribe, hit that like. I'll see you in the next Angry Crypto Show.